Hello. Welcome to Lori's Classroom Stories and Crochet.
Okay, I'm going to try to do a tutorial. My setup is kind of jerry-rigged, so I've got the beginning part of a sweater for my granddaughter. And I will include a chart that I used for measurements with it. And so what I'm going to do is a bag-o-day crochet pattern, but I'm going to show how I can add the sleeves with only doing one panel, so I don't have to add the sleeves and the neck. All right, I had to actually go back and add 2 more rows because I forgot I needed to go down 2 rows. So, okay, so I'm right here at this end. Normally you would chain and turn, but I'm going to go down to this row. So this is a row and this is a row. Okay, and so I'm just going to slip stitch down there. And then I'm going to have to chain in a multiple of 4 because that's what Crystal's pattern from Bag-O-Day calls for. I do them in 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I need to just get to the length I need. I'm 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will attach the chart that I used. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to measure now, so I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, I'm done chaining in sets of 4. And now here's where the pattern starts. So I'm going to turn it. And I'm going to go to the back bump if I can. And skip that first one. And come in here. And single crochet US terms, and then you skip 2, 1, 2, and then double crochet, US terms, and double crochet again into that same stitch. I will link Bag-O-Day's pattern so you can actually get her pattern, and then we skip 2, and then we go into this one, and we're going to do 2 single crochets, and that's how it's going to continue. So you skip 2 and then double crochet. I pulled that through funny. Oops, forgot to wrap. And then 2 double crochets, US terms in the same stitch. And that's how we go. Skip 2, single, single in the same stitch. And then skip 2, double crochet, 2 double crochets in the same stitch. Okay, I'm going to pause it and meet you when I get to the body of the sweater. Okay, so I needed to go down. So this was the row I was on. So I needed to go slip stitch down that row. This is the next row down, and then I need to go to the next row down. So I actually had to technically go down 3 rows And then I'm going to do my chain sets of 4, turn it, single crochet, skip 2 double crochets in the next one, skip 2 single crochets in the next one, skip 2, etc. And then I'll meet you back here after I get caught up to where I should have been. It was joining in the wrong place, which is why I did this pattern with the skipping stitches, because what I did before would have totally worked if I was just doing something that didn't have any skipped stitches. Okay, so I ended with 2 single crochets and I'm skipping 2, and I need to join at the top of this 2 double crochets because I just did 2 singles, right? So I'm going to slip stitch there. Now I need to come up to the next row, which is this single crochet, and I'm going to add a single crochet right here, because right now there's only 1 there because of how the pattern works at the end. So I'm going to do another single crochet. I'm going to turn my work, and now oh, nope, that's incorrect, sorry. Back it up. This is kind of how it went when I did it myself. I kind of had to figure it out. So I need to attach it here, so I'm working on this row. Oh, so I think what I need to do is slip stitch there, and then slip stitch up into, what was that, 2 double crochets? I think that was 2 double crochets. Yeah, right there they are. And then come up in here. Oh. Come up there. I'm really on the struggle bus here. There's the 2 double crochets. I need to come up and get up into that spot. Okay. So now when I come back, we're going to put 2 singles in there. But now we're going to turn our work again. And we're going to come over to these. Remember, we had two there. So we're going to come here. We're going to do 2 double crochets in that. And then in the first, in the middle of these 2 double crochets, we're going to single crochet. And then in the first of the single crochets, see, there's 2 single crochets there. I know it looks funky because I had very loose tension on that chain. We're going to double crochet. Sorry. And again, to really know what this stitch is, you need to watch Bag a Day Crochet's Crystal's tutorial on it. I will include that. Okay, now it's going to be a single crochet here. Sorry, 2 single crochets in between the 2 double crochets. Again, US terms. Okay, I'm going to continue to the end. When you get to the end, you actually just, you end in a double crochet, and then when you turn it, you only do 1 single crochet. So I'm going to pause here. I'm going to go to the end. And then when I get back over here, you'll see we just continue the pattern, and now we're on to the panel. And what we'll do is we'll go down and we'll have to do the same thing that we just did over here on this side, so that they're lined up. Okay, I was wrong again. So I need to slip stitch down through that double crochet, so that's still 2 double crochets in that single crochet, slip stitch in the single crochet, and then slip stitch down into that double crochet. So we need to then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to do that until I get to the end. I need a little looser tension. Those are going to be a pain to get into until the length I need to get to, and then I will show you the pattern from there. But I will include the chart, the website that I got measurements from. It is all in inches, so just be aware of that. And I will be right back when I get to my length. So with this pattern, I'm here at the end of the length I needed. I'm going to skip the first chain and do a single crochet into the second chain. And then I'm going to skip 2 and into the third. We're going to do 2 double crochets. Again, these are all US terms. I was off camera there. Sorry about that. And then skip 2, and then to the third. Watch that one that's right by there, because you can see it got pulled closed. We're going to do 2 singles, 2 single crochets, again US terms. This is Bag O' Day Crochet's pattern, so to really get the full pattern, please go and watch her video. It's a really awesome stitch. Can't remember what she called it. Maybe stacked double V stitch or something like that. But it'll be attached below. Anyway, stitch count is 4, and then for your chain, your starting chains, and then when you turn it, it'll be 1 less stitch than a multiple of 4. Anyway, so we did 2 doubles, skip 2, 2 singles, skip 2. So now we're doing 2 doubles, and it just keeps going like that. And then I will meet you at the end, because doing this on camera is clearly a challenge for me. Okay, so I'm back here and I have 2 stitches, and right here this single crochet is where I'm going to join this. And then I need to go up here in between these 2 double crochets, and I'm not gonna chain, I'm just gonna turn it. So we have our 2 doubles and our single there. Now I could have added another single crochet there because it's under the armpit and it wouldn't have mattered, but the pattern will all work out just fine. Sorry, the weight of it is pulling down. Okay, so I turned and now I'm going back down the sleeve. So how you go down the sleeve, oh, that was a double, wasn't it? Yes, so that's 2 doubles right there. So we're going to go a single and a single between the 2 doubles, and then we're going to come to the first single crochet, and we're going to do 2 doubles, and then in between the 2 V stitch, or sorry, the 2 doubles, there's There's a V-stitch. Sorry, I keep banging the table with my hook. 2 doubles in that first single. Again, please watch Crystal's tutorial on that, because it's not the stitch I want to teach her. It's how I went about doing something with a chain so I can make the whole panel one big panel, neck hole and all, with the with something that where it skips. Okay, this is all turned around. So, I will be skipping a little bit of my crocheting to get to where we're going to do the neck hole. I'm almost to the end of this sleeve. I just wanted to show the whole sleeve. Again, not teaching the stitch. Bag a Day Crochet, please watch hers. If you happen to like this stitch, I keep slipping out of there. Single. Okay, so I just like the texture of it. It's solid, but also not, so it still breathes. This is Colorama Halo yarn in color Beet Red, so you can see it's going to turn into a purple. So on the other side it will be purple, so she'll be able to wear this either direction she feels like. Okay, so a single and a single, and now I'm here at the end where there's a single crochet from the chain turn, or no, the single crochet that we did when we turned. You're going to do 2 double crochets into that. Again, please watch Crystal's video for the actual stitch tutorial. Okay, and then chain 1. When you start the row, it's always just a single. Now, I want you to see now I'm even with this. I'm going to go all the way over to the other side with that pattern. The only place I do one single crochet is in the first in between the 2 doubles. Or sorry, that was the last stitch. Sorry, the last stitch was the 2 doubles. So when I turn, I do a single crochet right in here. And then a double in the first single, which I actually think is right there. Oops, sorry about that. Whacking my camera. If I'm not hitting the hook, I am hitting the camera apparently. Okay, now I'm going to go all the way across with this 2 doubles, 2 singles, 2 doubles, 2 singles, until I get to this other end, because then we're going to have to do something similar to what we did here. Okay, I'm at the other end here. You can see that my partial sleeve, the body. Sorry about the scraping. And how we end the row here is in this single crochet. It's kind of tricky to see because I pulled it down a little tight. We're going to do 2 double crochets just like we would normally, and normally what we would do next is chain and turn, but we're not going to chain and turn. So we need to come down the same amount we did before so that these line up. Okay, so we need to make sure we're all the way down here. I should have put a stitch marker right there. So I need to come down a little further this time because we've added an extra row. But we need everything to be even. So we're slip stitching down. I think that's where I need to be. Let me double check. Okay, so coming across. Yes, I'm where I need to be. Okay, So I'm going to chain in sets of 4. In case you are wondering what all the splatters are, I like to paint on this table too, so, and I'm not very careful. And I just don't care. It's my table, so sorry if it looks dirty. It's paint. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just chain out until you have the length you need. I'm going to pause it again. It's not okay. Got to the end of that chain. I had to go down an extra row, and I'm going to turn, skip 1, single crochet. Off camera, I swear I'm not having this much trouble with the yarn slipping off. And then skip two doubles. So I got to get down to the end, and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, here I'm back at the end of this sleeve. Now we're in a single crochet here. We're gonna join. There were two doubles there, so we need to join in there. And then, oh, I think I twisted it. I sure did. Okay. We need to join in at that single crochet. Try not to twist it. Okay. Then come up here, and we're going to join up to the top of that row, and we're going to turn it here. Now this is a double crochet. Oh, I did not join that correctly. That looks funny. I'm going to go back and try to fix that. Okay, try again. Because this is 2 doubles, so I definitely need to be down here. Wonder if I need to almost go down. No, that's gonna flip it. I'm gonna go ahead and put a single crochet here. That's how I'm gonna do this. Single crochet there. Then I'm gonna come up into this double crochet and flip it. This is pretty much how it went when I did it the first time. I just kind of had to make it up as I went. So where was I? That's 2 doubles. That's 2 doubles. Somehow my counts are off. So I'm going to have to go into this single crochet right here. Right? Or do I need to be making this row? Yeah. Yeah. So I need to, sorry, that's kind of flipped and weird. So that's 2 double crochets. So the first thing I need to do is the 2 singles right here. In between those 2 doubles, and then hop over to here, do 2 doubles. Again, the stitch, please go to Bag a Day Crochets for the actual stitch tutorial. This is just how to work it. Now I'm going to get to the end of this, chain 1, turn, single crochet in the first, and then do the pattern from there. And then when I get back here, you'll notice, oh, I might be 1 row up. Gosh darn it. No, I'll hook in right there. And then I have to go back down 1 more time so that it comes out even. I'm gonna have to keep working on this. Okay, got to the end here. Had to make an adjustment. I had screwed up the pattern a little bit, so I had to come back in. So I had 2 singles here. Notice 2 doubles here, so I'm going to join here. And then this is going to be a single crochet right here. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do a second single crochet. I'm going to turn. Oh, I'm going to need another row. Okay, I'm going to stop this for today because I keep making mistakes. Okay, got to the end of that chain. I had to go down an extra row, and I'm going to turn, skip 1, single crochet, skip 2, 2 double crochets, skip 2, do single crochets, off camera, I swear I'm not having this much trouble with the yarn slipping off. And then skip 2 doubles. So I got to get down to the end and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, here I'm back at the end of this sleeve. Now we're in a single crochet here. We're going to join. There were two doubles there, so we need to join in there. And then, oh, I think I twisted it. I sure did. Okay. We need to join in at that single crochet. Try not to twist it. Okay. Then come up here and we're going to join up to the top of that row and we're going to turn it here. Now this is a double crochet. Oh, I did not join that correctly. That looks funny. I'm going to go back and try to fix that. Okay, try again. Because this is 2 doubles, so I definitely need to be down here. Wonder if I need to almost go down. No, that's going to flip it. I'm going to go ahead and put a single crochet here. That's how I'm going to do this. Single crochet there. Then I'm going to come up into this double crochet and flip it. This is pretty much how it went when I did it the first time. I just kind of had to make it up as I went. So, where was I? That's 2 doubles. That's 2 doubles. Somehow my counts are off. So I'm going to have to go into this single crochet right here. Right? Or do I need to be making this row? Yeah. Yeah. So I need to, sorry, that's kind of flipped and weird. So that's 2 double crochets. So the first thing I need to do is the 2 singles right here. In between those 2 doubles. And then hop over to here, do 2 doubles. Again, the stitch, please go to Bag A Day Crochets for the actual stitch tutorial. This is just how to work it. Now, I'm going to get to the end of this, chain 1, turn, single crochet in the first, and then do the pattern from there. And then when I get back here, you'll notice, oh, I might be one row up. Gosh darn it. So no, I'll hook in right there, and then I have to go back down one more time so that it comes out even. I'm gonna have to keep working on this. Okay, got to the end here. Had to make an adjustment. I had screwed up the pattern a little bit, so I had to come back in. So I had 2 singles here. Notice 2 doubles here, so I'm going to join here. And then this is going to be a single crochet right here. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do a second single crochet. I'm going to turn. Oh, I'm going to need another row. Okay, I'm going to stop this for today because I keep making mistakes. Okay, got to the end of that chain. I had to go down an extra row, and I'm going to turn, skip 1, single crochet, skip 2, 2 double crochets, skip 2, do single crochets, off camera, I swear I'm not having this much trouble with the yarn slipping off. And then skip 2 doubles. So I got to get down to the end and then I'll show you what to do. Okay, here I'm back at the end of this sleeve. Now we're in a single crochet here. We're gonna join. There were two doubles there, so we need to join in there. And then, oh, I think I twisted it. I sure did. Okay. We need to join in at that single crochet. Try not to twist it. Okay. Then come up here. And we're going to join up to the top of that row, and we're going to turn it here. Now this is a double crochet. Oh, I did not join that correctly. That looks funny. I'm going to go back and try to fix that. Okay, try again. Because this is 2 doubles, so I definitely need to be down here. Wonder if I need to almost go down. No, that's gonna flip it. I'm gonna go ahead and put a single crochet here. That's how I'm gonna do this. Single crochet there. Then I'm gonna come up into this double crochet and flip it. This is pretty much how it went when I did it the first time. I just kind of had to make it up as I went. So where was I? That's 2 doubles. That's 2 doubles. Somehow my counts are off. So I'm going to have to go into this single crochet right here. Right? Or do I need to be making this row? Yeah. Yeah. So I need to, sorry, that's kind of flipped and weird. So that's 2 double crochets. So the first thing I need to do is the 2 singles right here. In between those 2 doubles. And then hop over to here, do 2 doubles. Again, the stitch, please go to Bag a Day Crochets for the actual stitch tutorial. This is just how to work it. Now, I'm going to get to the end of this, chain 1, turn, single crochet in the first, and then do the pattern from there. And then when I get back here, you'll notice, oh, I might be 1 row up. Gosh darn it. No, I'll hook in right there. And then I have to go back down 1 more time so that it comes out even. I'm gonna have to keep working on this. Okay, got to the end here. Had to make an adjustment. I had screwed up the pattern a little bit, so I had to come back in. So I had 2 singles here. Notice 2 doubles here, so I'm going to join here. And then this is going to be a single crochet right here. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to do a second single crochet. I'm going to turn. Oh, I'm going to need another row. Okay. I'm going to stop this for today because I keep making mistakes. Okay, I'm back here at the end of this second sleeve. You'll notice I'm a little further down and I need to join in this single crochet. And I'm going to go ahead and do it as a single crochet because, again, at the end of a row, normally there's just 1 single crochet. So we're going to do a single crochet and then we need to come up here, and this is 2 double crochets. We need to chain and turn our work. I don't even know if any of that was on camera, but we joined it, we slip stitched up here, and now this is 2 doubles. So you see that's 2 doubles down here, which means it's time for 2 singles. And then we find our 2 singles and we double. All right. And then, oh, there's my 2 doubles. So in the V, 2 singles. Okay. I'm gonna get to the end, chain 1, turn, and then I'm gonna come back here. Notice we still have 2 rows actually here. Okay, real quick before I do go back and join, I want to show you that those are at the same row because I had to go down more on this sleeve. Again, much easier if you can do a, what do they call them, a foundation double crochet or a foundation single crochet where you could just keep going straight across. And again, I will attach that video that shows you how to do that. But because we have chain spaces, you can't do quite the same thing. So again, I'll come back and join. I just wanted to show you that they are actually at the same row so that they are even. Okay, I'm going to pause again and we'll be back when I get to the end. Okay, I am back to the end and you'll see I have 2 doubles right here. And so I need to go into this single crochet that's right here. My fuzzy yarn is making this a little trickier to see too. And I'm going to do a single because remember that was a 1 double crochet and we otherwise would be doing 2. Now, up here is 2 doubles, right? So we need to come up here and join. And then I'm going to turn our work. And we're going to put single crochets in here. Because remember, on this row, see there's 2 doubles. 2 doubles right there. And a single and a single. And then I'm going to go down, and then what will happen is we will be, when we turn, we'll be on that next row and everything will be all evened up. Right now we've got to make up for that, but then we'll go all the way across, and then I'll come back when it's time to do the neck hole. Okay, just showing that it's all even now. Everything's all even, so I'm just gonna chain 1, turn my work. Again, please, for the actual stitch that I'm using, watch Bag a Day Crochet's tutorial. Here, I'm just gonna do some rows. I will, we're gonna go half the length of the arm I want. And when I get to half the length of the arm I want, I'm going to show you how to make the neck hole. And there are some measurements that will help on that chart that I'm going to attach. But I will see you in a while because that's going to be a few more rows. Okay, I'm here at the half of the width of the sleeve, so that I'm done with the front panel. However, if you'll notice, my arm is almost as long as it is. So I will have to go back and do some ribbing. Luckily, I have another cake of this so I can use the dark. And I have put stitch markers where I need to not go into those stitches. And that's how many chains I'll need to make. And I also wanted to show you how stretchy this is, which is really helpful for that neck hole when we get there. So it's the stitch is really stretchy, which is pretty amazing. Anyway, so I marked that using the measurements. So from the shoulder to the neck is the measurements, and again I will include that website and all of its measurements, so you can go. It has adult sizes too, so the page I'm using is just kid sizes from, I want to say 0 to 3 month, all the way up to at least 10 or maybe 12 in kids, maybe even higher. But anyway, so I took this measurement, marked that stitch. So I'm going to do the stitches right before, and for me, because I'm going to be coming the other way, I haven't turned my work yet, I'm going to do 2 singles in there, and then I'm going to come over here and do 2 doubles in that stitch right there. So that worked out perfectly for this stitch pattern. So I'm going to pause here for a sec. I'm going to do my pattern up to this stitch, not the one that my stitch marker's in, but the stitch right before, which is the double crochets, the V stitch. Put my 2 singles in there, and then I will show you what I do next. Okay, just did my stitches up to but not including that stitch marker. So I did my 2 singles here. Now I counted my stitches including the stitch markers on both ends, and I'm going to chain 13 because that's how many I skipped, which seemed like such a strange amount to me. Notice I try to keep them kind of loose by pinching. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. So then I just go right into this stitch right here, just past that stitch marker, and I'm going to do my double crochets just like I would. Okay, now I'm going to go to the end. I'm not going to show all that, but I'm going to go to the end because, again, if you want the stitch tutorial, please visit the link below. For that actually does not look like that's going to stretch enough. I'm going to go back and chain this again and make it bigger chains. But anyway, I'm going to go to the end, and then when I get back to the chain space, I will unpause again. Okay, I had to make some more adjustments. I went 2 more stitches out on each side, and as you can see, I chained really with loose tension to try to get big chains. I made sure this does fit over my head, so it will definitely fit over a 3-year-old's head. I have a very small head, but it's still larger than a 3-year-old's. So I'm back here. Now notice I've got this here before the chain space. So that's going to be my first skipped stitch, because remember, when I'm doing it on the chain, I have to, for this pattern, I have to skip 2. Then I'm going to go in here, and I just did double crochets, so I need to do single crochets. So it's just paying attention to your pattern. And then going from there. So I need to skip 2, and then I'll go in this one, and I'll double crochet. Yeah, really struggling to double crochet there. Sorry, I don't think that was on camera. Okay, and then skip 2, single crochet. Is that only 2? No. 1, 2. Yes, right here. Okay, so I'm going to get over to the other side, and notice I'm doing deliberately very, very loose tension here, so that that's still super stretchy. I'm going to get over to the other side following the pattern. Now over on this other side, right here, I have 2 doubles, so it should work out that I put 2 singles in there. We'll see if I actually made it. But I'm going to do the rest off camera till I get there, and then I'll talk about what to do next. Back to the last stitch of where it is, but I had to kind of manipulate it. So I'm off a stitch. So the next thing we're going to do is, after we connect into that, and you can see I did as loose as I could there to kind of keep that super stretchy. Is I'm going to make sure I have everything matched up. That one goes there. Anyway, I'm going to count it for a second, just to make sure I'm going to come out with the same width. 2 singles, 2 doubles, 2 singles, 2 doubles, 2 singles, 2 doubles, and then we're into the 2 singles right there. So yes, it all worked out. So now I'm going to go to the end and keep turning around until I have this same width on the other side, or same number of rows. If I was smart, I would have counted how many rows I have, but I did not. So I think it's double the number of bumps, but go off the measurement. So my measurement before before that row for me was 4 1/4 inches. So I'll need 4 1/4 inches, and I'm not going to include that row. So I'm going to keep those stitch markers there so I remember that it's this row that I'm not going to count, because that's going to be kind of the shoulder. And then I will show you how to reduce. That's the easiest part of the whole pattern. You slip stitch until you get to where you need to be, and then you continue the pattern until you get over to the other side, and you stop. So I'll show that, but it is the easiest part of this pattern. And you can see now we've got half our sleeves, our front panel, and our neck all done, and then it'll just get folded over and attached. But like I said, this is definitely too short, so I must have measured this part wrong or misunderstood the measurement I was using. So I'll add maybe some more rows of this. I'll figure that out, but I'm gonna have to use a different cake, the other cake of this, because it's an ombre and it will change color. So I need that center dark again. But pretty soon it's going to change to, and you can kind of see it, you know, it's gone from pretty dark to lightening up. It's going to go to light pink. We might get to the purple, but I don't know. I don't know if we'll get to the purple or not. We might only get to the light pink on the back. Like I said, it will technically be reversible. She could put it this side forward or the light pink forward, whatever she wants to do. She's very picky about her clothes, so in a good way, like she knows what she likes. So I'll come back when I have the rest of that sleeve done. Okay, I'm to where I have the sleeves and the neck hole done. Sorry, that's hard to see. And so I'm showing you what to do next. So what you're going to do, and I put stitch markers in for the stitch before I need to start. So I'm going to slip stitch all the way to this. So I'll show a slip stitch. I know it's pretty standard, but just so I'm not making any assumptions. Okay. So I need a slip stitch in every stitch. And I'm going to go all the way until I get to where I marked. Now it's very important that you, for this particular pattern, that I start where I end up starting is approximately where I started for the other, but on this particular pattern, I need to start between double crochets. So right now, just doing the slip stitches in every stitch. Very different than the actual pattern, but this is going to be how you do it for all of them. Slip stitch until when you're ready to decrease back down to the width of your front and back panels. So I slip stitch, almost there, if I wouldn't keep messing it up. The slip stitches are going to actually help you be able to sew the sides together when you get to that point as well. Okay, it fell off, so let's pulling it down. All right, I'm almost there. And what we're going to do, okay, I'm slip stitching to this one right before, and like I said, with my pattern I have to start on a single crochet. So I'm actually going to chain one like I would normally into that V for the beginning of my pattern, and then I'm going to do my single crochet in that, because remember at the beginnings it's always a single crochet with this pattern. So just pay attention to that with whatever pattern you're going to use that technique. it would have been a little better if I had actually like counted and made sure everything's in the right place. I'm pretty confident I did do some counting after, but if I had kept count before, it would have been better. Like put a stitch marker here and then move it up each row or something. It would have made my life a little easier instead of trying to figure it out. But I'm just going to continue my pattern now as if it was just the front or back panel. In this case, this will be a totally reversible. She can wear whichever side out that she wants. And I'm going to make you watch all this. I'm going to go to this first of this 2 double crochet or single crochets. Again, US terms. So the single crochet is going to get 2 double crochets because that's always how we end this particular pattern. So again, you're just paying attention to what your pattern does to stop. So that's what I'm going to do, and then I'm just going to continue the panel back and forth with the pattern once I finish to here. And so that's really it. So real quick summary: when you get your panel the length you want and you're ready for the sleeve, you chain, paying attention to your multiples out to the length that you want for the sleeve. Then half the width of this sleeve, so you see it folds over real nice, and that looks like about a 3-year-old's arm-ish. I'm probably going to add ribbing on the end too, but we're going to see how the length comes out on the sleeves. But you go halfway, and then you do that chain. Again, you're going to want to mark how far from the shoulder you want to come in. I ended up having to adjust and do a couple extra because I wanted to make sure that neck was able to expand big enough to comfortably get over a child's head. Eventually I'll put something there, probably single crochets or maybe a little ribbing. We'll see how it looks, because it's going to end up in a different color, so it might just stay pretty much like it is. And then you go until it's the width, and then you come back and do your pattern through how many ever chains you skipped or how many ever chains you made, and then that creates the hole, but you continue the pattern. This is like the top of the shoulder, so I measured here, and didn't include that row right there on either side, so that's like the top of the shoulder. And then when you get a matching width, then you count and you figure out where you need to start your panel again. So in my case, I'm going to fold it over so it'll be easier to see. So I'm going to see that I need to start my back panel or front panel. In this case, it could be either right here. And then I'm just going to go back and forth doing my number of rows for the length I want. Again, I'm going to make it longer than this. I'm going to add to this. So I'm going to make the back longer than the front, or whichever. Like I said, it could be either way, totally reversible. But this is definitely a little too short because I didn't measure right. But like I said, this is how you can do it all in one panel, sorry. And all you have to do then is you're going to sew the sides and sew that side, and then you're done and you have a sweater, completely one panel with just minimal sewing. So and like I said, if I didn't have such a very specific yarn, I probably would go in and do some kind of special neckline, but it looks pretty good the way it is. It's cute. So it may just stay the way it is. So yeah, that is it. And hopefully it all makes sense. Now that I've gone through it, I will try to piece this together, edit it in such a way that it's easy to follow. But that's the summary. You chain out, and then but you have to go down a little bit, chain out if you're skipping rows. I am going to attach the one that's just straight up double crochets for the whole rows, the whole sweater, and it does show you how to do this, and it's a little easier, But this, I wanted to show a pattern that I hadn't personally seen at all, where there was actually chaining that creates the need to actually chain out instead of doing a foundation chain, and where you could just go straight as opposed to having to do it the way I did and go down 2 rows on one side and 3 on the other, or 3 and 4. I don't remember exactly, whatever I said in the video before. And again, you can experiment and play and make sure. Again, I think also putting stitch markers where you want your corners to be, then you're less likely to have to redo things like I did. But that's it. And I will show the final product. I'll show the final panel, and then I'll show the final product sewn together once it's all finished. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.